Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today I just wanted to talk to you about how I care for the Monstera Adansonii. This guy is super easy to care for. I would class this one as a very low maintenance house plant and very easy to get hold of too. I just love this plant. So first I'm going to talk about lighting, and this guy does like bright indirect light. However, they can tolerate lower light situations. So you could put this in a darker area in your home, but just be aware that it will grow slower and the foliage is likely to be smaller. Ideally, what he would really like is bright indirect light. So if you can give that to him, then that would be ideal. But yeah, this one is a survivor. He will adapt to other light conditions also. So what about soil? Well, this guy likes a chunky mix, well draining. I like to put lots of orchid bark, perlite pumice, things like that in the soil. I usually do a mixture of cocoa coir, orchid bark and perlite, equal parts. Maybe I'd chuck a little bit more orchid bark in if you want, make it nice and chunky. But yeah, make sure it's nice and well draining and chunky. Watering. So this guy likes to dry out almost completely before you water. I always let mine dry out pretty much until it's completely dry. Then I just give it a really thorough drink. If you're watering from the top, just give it a really thorough drink until it comes out the bottom of the drainage holes. If you're watering from the bottom, usually I leave mine in the water for about 30 to 40 minutes to take what water it needs. Just beware of overwatering. It's better to wait till the soil gets dry before you water. You can test when this plant needs watering by putting your finger in the soil, or you can just get a water meter like I use. They're really cheap online, so you can get one of those really easily. Fertilizing. So I do fertilize this plant probably about once every 2 weeks during the spring and summer, and then in the winter I would slow down on that. My rule for winter is if it's still growing, then I'll still fertilise once a month. But if it's not still growing, if it's stopped, then I just don't fertilise at all. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Repotting. So your plant will need to be repotted whenever it outgrows its current pot. So you should be able to see roots growing out of the bottom, that kind of thing, and you'll know that your plant is ready for a repot. But if you're unsure, one of the things that I like to do is every spring, probably about a few weeks before spring, about a month before, I like to just take it out of the pot and check if it needs repotting. And I do this probably about once a year. Other than that, you can just wait and see when your roots come out the bottom of the pot. It should be pretty obvious, just check under there. Make sure you've got a pot, a nursery pot with drainage holes, and you should easily see the roots coming out of there when it's ready for a repot. And this plant can grow either as a vining plant, you can let it just vine and do its thing, or if you like, you can give it something to grow and it will grow up a pole or a moss pole, whatever you like. It's really up to you what you prefer. I quite like both, so I've got a little bit of both. Really hope you found that helpful today, guys. Do let me know in the comments if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.